Stop everything because after years of maintaining the franchise as one of the most iconic couples, Mendeecees and Yandy have just announced that they are leaving love and hip-hop. Trust me, this isn't a simple decision. Rather, something major happened behind the scenes, and the details are messier than anyone could have imagined. Sources close to the couple are spilling key information, and let's just say that M's shady behavior and Yandy's outburst may have been the last straw. We're talking about covert transactions gone wrong, illegal footage being released, and an off-camera altercation that left the producers frantically trying to keep their heads together. And guess what? This could not only spell the end of their reality TV careers, it could also spell the end of their marriage. What actually transpired, and why would Mendeecees and Yandy leave the show that made them famous and most? More importantly, did Yandy finally have enough of MC's shady games? If you've been following love and hip-hop, you already know that Mendeecees and Yandy have been at the center of some of the most outrageous dramas to ever hit the franchise, and we've seen them deal with cheating. So buckle up, because we're going to break down every detail, and you won't be prepared for what's about to be exposed. Alright, let's get started because this story is going to blow up the internet. They have always survived scandals, business betrayals, and even jail time. But this time is different because they aren't simply leaving the show. They've been fired. That's correct. After years of establishing their reputation on the strength of love and hip-hop, Yandy and Mendeecees are no longer there, and it's not their choice. Let's go back a bit. For more than 10 years, Love and Hip Hop has featured the couple as fan favorites. Everyone was cheering for Yandy, the boss woman who was sustaining her career while raising the children, and Mendeecees, the charming but controversial husband who was attempting to shed his bad boy persona. Together, they were the couple who gave viewers hope that love could endure anything, including a federal prison sentence. For example, when men in Washington, D.C. were imprisoned for drug trafficking, Yandy was the epitome of a ride or die, raising their children, growing her businesses, and fans adored her for standing up for Mendeecees even when the streets were rife with rumors. And when M's finally left, it appeared as though the couple was stronger than ever. They even had that tearful wedding episode where Yandy wore that gorgeous white dress, and M vowed to never betray her again. If only we had known what was going to happen though, because insiders claimed that things were already falling apart behind the scenes. Scenes with each other and the producers for months, and believe me when I say that when the producers begin to talk, you know that the drama is going to reach new heights. According to sources, Mendeecees have been difficult to work with, refusing to follow plots, arriving late for filming, and even getting into heated arguments with other cast members. One insider even claimed that I had been pushing back against the producers because he didn't like the way he was being controlled. According to the source, he wanted more control over how this story was edited, but the producers weren't giving it to him. It wasn't just M's who were causing issues though. Allegedly, Yandy had been at odds with the network as well, but for an entirely different reason. Producers wanted Yandy to include her business empire, which she had been subtly building outside of shows, into her story. The producers planned a major storyline about M being caught texting, but Yandy wasn't interested. She reportedly told them that she was done using the show as free promotion, and that's when the tension started to build. However, this is where things get messy because the real drama started when the producers allegedly tried to create a fake cheating scandal involving Mendeecees. Yandy wasn't having any of it, according to multiple sources. They even set up a fictitious confrontation with another woman in which Yandy would allegedly discover the texts on camera, but Yandy refused to comply. According to an insider, she knew it would make for excellent television, but she wasn't going to allow producers to make her appear weak, not after everything she had already experienced with M in real life. However, Mendeecees wasn't so innocent because, while Yandy was attempting to end the plot, he was allegedly making deals behind the scenes. About a month ago, at a Love and Hip Hop cast party, everything came to a head when witnesses claimed that Yandy confronted Mendeecees in front of everyone. According to sources, Mendeecees agreed to follow a storyline because the producers promised him a bonus if he did so. Let me reiterate that Mendeecees was willing to let producers drag Yandy's name through the mud for a bigger paycheck. Was not pretty, so you really allowed them to play me like this. According to several witnesses, Yandy screamed at Mendeecees in front of the other cast members, saying, "I'm done, and when I say done, I mean done." Yandy then allegedly stormed out of the party, leaving Mendeecees standing there looking foolish, and he didn't speak to him for days after that. The most bizarre part, though, is that the following morning, Mendeecees called a meeting with the producers and threatened to leave the show unless they cleaned up his image. He believed that he was irreplaceable and that they would beg him to stay, but guess what? The producers were so tired of his antics that they told him, "You don't have to quit because you're already fired." Yes, Mendeecees didn't leave. Instead, they kicked him out and Yandy. They gave her the opportunity to stay, but according to reports, Yandy declined. She claimed she was done with the drama and that she was ready to move on with or without Mendeecees. But believe me, the drama is far from over because the fallout from the scandal is going to get really messy. And just when you think you've heard it all, Part 2 is going to drop some bombs you won't believe. Just when you thought the drama couldn't get any more intense, it does. Let's pick up where we left off after that explosive argument at the cast party. Yandy had clarified that she was done with the drama, done with the producers' manipulative storylines, and most importantly, done with M's constant betrayal, but Mendeecees' own Mendeecees. After the producers cut Mendeecees and Yandy loose, things behind the scenes took a turn that N01 saw coming. And trust me, this wasn't just some messy breakup. This was about to turn into a full-blown war. You really think the show will survive without me? According to insiders, Mendeecees was furious when the producers informed him that he was leaving the show. He reportedly stormed into a private meeting with the network executives to demand to know why he was being fired after all that he had done for the franchise. He reportedly said, "I made love and hip-hop what it is today," but the producers weren't trying to hear it. Sources claim that they displayed all of the receipts, retrieved reports of missed shoot dates, unapproved social media posts, and numerous grievances from other cast members regarding M's challenging behavior. As if that weren't bad enough, they allegedly confronted M with never-aired footage that purportedly showed him becoming a bit too close to one of the production assistants. Yes, Mendeecees had been caught, and the network wasn't regarding it to cover for him anymore. But this is where things get crazy because, according to several sources, M was not going to take this line down. He went straight into damage control mode, calling bloggers, slipping into DMs, and even contacting gossip sites in an attempt to get ahead of the story. He wanted to spin the story so that it appeared as though he was the victim, but Yandy wasn't keeping quiet because just days after M's firing was made public, Yandy started with a sly smile. "I know everyone has been bombarding my direct messages asking me what happened, so allow me to explain." Yandy made a power move that no one saw coming, and it rocked the entire love and hip-hop fan base. Yandy went live on Instagram while sitting in her immaculately styled home office, wearing a sleek black outfit and appearing completely unbothered. "Let's just say that I'm fine. In fact, I've never been a better girl." That was all it took to blow up the internet. Fans were pleading with Yandy to spill the tea, and she did. I won't go into the specifics, but let's just say that I was sick of games, sick of lies, and most importantly, sick of being made to look foolish. The real bombshell, however, came when Yandy decided to reveal exactly how Mendeecees had been acting behind the scenes. The funny thing is that Yandy said, leaning closer to the camera, "The same man who told me he was doing everything to protect our family was out here making deals with producers behind my back, trying to set me up, trying to play me on national TV." Boom! The comments were really crazy. "Wait, do I really do that?" Yandy asked, dropping the receipts. "Oh, she wasn't done. See, I wasn't finished." Even going to say anything Yandy said while flipping her hair. But since some people would rather not play the victim, let's be clear. The producers didn't cut you. You were just shaded by a few people for your audacity, but it didn't end there because Yandy revealed another shocking revelation. He claimed that I had agreed to follow a plot that would have made me look bad, and I told him that if he did that, we were finished, and guess what he did? Well, that's when the chat started going crazy. It wasn't him trying to play Yandy. This man is a complete villain. We need more receipts. Then, Yandy said something that no one was prepared for. This isn't the first time Mendeecees have made me feel embarrassed. Her voice was steady and low, but it was the last micro. Yandy ended the live, leaving the internet in utter chaos. Missed that he was fumbling because Yandy wasn't just telling her. He went live on Instagram the following day, sitting in his car with the hoodie pulled low over his face, trying to act calm, but you could tell he was shaken. I don't understand why people constantly try to twist things, Mendeecees said, and I won't talk about what Yandy said because, to be honest, I don't even know where that's coming from. Lies. On the other hand, insiders claimed that she was exposing his private affairs in front of millions of people. When it appeared that the drama had reached its climax, a certain gossip blog known for getting the real tea dropped a major exclusive, releasing screenshots of alleged text messages from Mendeecees to one of the love and hip-hop stars. According to sources, Mendeecees knew exactly where it was coming from and had been trying to control the narrative for weeks. Now that Yandy had blown it all open, he had no other options. But the worst part was still to come. In one of the texts that Mendeecees allegedly wrote, "If she finds out, it's whatever. Just make sure it looks good for TV." Excuse me, producers were caught essentially trying to set Yandy up for humiliation on the show. Fans were already furious, but this was the tipping point for them, and Twitter went into meltdown mode. He truly tried to sabotage you, Yandy. If you think Yandy is done spilling the tea, you better buckle up because the next move. You thought that was the end of the drama, but no, we're just getting started because after Yandy exposed me and left him humiliated in front of the entire world, the fallout got even messier, and trust me, Mendeecees wasn't about to take that L quietly. Stay tuned because part 3 is about to take the story to the next level. His reputation was in ruins. His fan base was turning against him, and the producers of Love and Hip Hop had officially removed him from the franchise after the text messages exposing his behind-the-scenes betrayal leaked online. However, Mendeecees wasn't done yet, as sources close to the matter claimed that he began contacting the media in an attempt to limit the damage. He allegedly reached out to some of the most prominent gossip blogs, offering to correct the record in an exclusive interview, but the problem is that no one was interested in what he had to say. According to one gossip site, unless he brought the receipts and M's, he had no receipts to clear his name because the evidence was already public. Yandy, on the other hand, was seen living her best life just days after the text messages were leaked. Totally unbothered and gorgeous, she was mingling with some of the biggest names in music and reality TV, while wearing a custom designer dress. And guess what? The press was gushing about it. One headline said, "Unbothered and glowing, Yandy Smith wins the breakup," while another said, "Yandy wasn't just surviving, she was thriving, and Mendeecees was spiraling." Insiders claimed that Mendeecees had been attempting to get in with Yandy Smith. For days, I texted Yandy, called her, and even showed up at her house without warning, but she didn't respond. One night, at approximately 2 in the morning, Mendeecees made a last-ditch effort. Mendeecees' Instagram live stream showed him sitting in his car with his hood pulled down over his head, appearing rough, his eyes bloodshot, and his speech wobbly. I just had to explain that this misdeed began, and I know I made mistakes. Messed up, but the way people are trying to paint me as the villain is unfair. The comment section was flooded with reactions. "Boy, you were caught. Didn't you just try to undermine Yandy?" I'm not saying I was flawless, but he kept breaking his voice. Yandy knew how difficult things were for me and understood what I was going through, so it was enough to send the internet into overdrive. He was in full meltdown mode, not playing the victim, and Mendeecees took responsibility for setting her up. However, the worst part of that live was about to go awry because just 24 hours after Mendeecees went live, a certain gossip site leaked exclusive screenshots of M's messages with an unidentified woman, and baby, it was bad. In the messages, Mendeecees was not only flirting, he was promising to fly her out to Miami. When he was still with Yandy, he said, "I got you, ma. Don't worry about the hotel. You'll be staying with me." Excuse me, but this man had the gall to claim that his relationship with Yandy was only for the cameras. The internet was used for Mendeecees, so it was a fake relationship the entire time. Yandy carried that man's entire career, and this is how he pays her back. Hashtag justice for Yandy began trending once more, and Yandy, she saw everything happen in real time when Yandy shared a straightforward story on Instagram with a black screen and white text that said, "The truth always reveals itself." There was no explanation or follow-up, just those 6 words, and the internet went crazy. But he wasn't finished embarrassing himself because, according to sources, 2 days after the DMS leaked, Mendeecees unexpectedly showed up at Yandy's house. Yandy was home with the kids when Mendeecees knocked on the door. Reportedly said, "This is all getting blown out of proportion. You know how the blogs twist things, but Yandy, she was done. You embarrassed me on national TV." Yandy reportedly shot back, "You tried to make me look crazy by telling another woman that we were just together for the cameras, and you expect me to forgive that." And then he reportedly said, "What are you doing here?" And saying the final words, "I spent years standing by you, supporting you, defending you, and this is how you repay me, PH." Reportedly started crying and apologized, claiming that he didn't mean for things to get this far. However, Yandy refused to believe him, saying, "You've been lying to me for years, and the saddest part is I let you." Yandy then shut the door in his face. Less than a week after everything went down, the network officially announced that Yandy had signed the deal for her reality show. This wasn't just a spin-off. Insiders say that Yandy's new show will focus on her life as a businesswoman and single mother without the drama and toxicity of men. TC's dragging her down, and the producers, they were putting all of their support behind Yandy, who is the true star, according to a network source who said that after the DM scandal and Yandy's public dragging, no one wanted to work with him and that the sky is the limit without me holding her back. The last we heard, he was allegedly trying to shop around for another reality show deal, but no network wanted to touch him because his reputation was too damaged. There you have it, the Yandy of Mendeecees and Yandy. And let's be honest, Yandy was always the real star. Now it's your turn. Do you think she deserved this downfall, or do you think Yandy was playing the long game? Already winning her new show, she reportedly signed a multi-million-dollar deal, and networks were already fighting over the streaming rights. Yandy was laughing all the way to the bank, and Mendeecees, he had been officially replaced. Game the entire time. Leave your thoughts in the comments section below, and don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons because, believe me, this story is far from over. Suddenly, Yandy and I, the power couple of hip-hop and love, are done with the manipulation, betrayal, and cheating. Yandy finally woke up and regained her power, and let's be honest, the way she handled this iconic. Will Mendeecees attempt to regain his fame? Will Yandy's new show become the next big reality TV sensation? And most importantly, will Mendeecees finally own up to his mess? Or will he continue to play the victim until the very end? And please keep in mind that Yandy's ascent to fame is only getting started. Her new show is already garnering attention, and the industry is completely behind her. But Mendeecees isn't going to go out quietly. What does he still do? Have up his sleeve and might attempt to ruin Yandy's recent success in order to protect his own reputation. We'd like to know what you think. Did Yandy make the right choice by ending things permanently, or do you think Mendeecees still has a chance to redeem himself? Please share your thoughts in the comments section below. Don't be shy, and if you don't want to miss the next shocking revelation in this story, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and enable notifications. Because believe me when I say that this drama is far from done. The next chapter will be released soon, and you'll want to be the first to hear everything. Stay tuned.